Happy New Year.
KLEK 102.5 FM.
Hello, Jonesboro. This is meteorologist Tim Root with your KLEK 102.5 forecast. And this weather forecast is brought to you by CustomShirtInc.com. Screen printing in the digital age. CustomShirtInc.com. Phone 888-626-7636. Monday morning forecast and Happy New Year. It'll be partly to mostly sunny today. Temperatures in the teens to near 20. That wind chill advisory will continue through Tuesday morning. It'll be partly to mostly clear, 2 to 10 above tonight with lighter winds developing. It'll be near 20 with mostly sunny skies Tuesday. A little bit warmer Wednesday, mostly sunny, about 30 to 35. Your life, your music, we're KLEK 102.5 FM.
From Feature Story News in Washington, I'm Rebecca Foster. China is denying reports that it's illicitly selling oil products to North Korea in breach of international sanctions. Turkey has signed a deal with Russia to purchase $2.5 billion worth of surface-to-air missiles. And the New York Fire Department believes a blaze that killed 12 people in an apartment building was started by a child playing with a stove.
It's 9:01.
KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
KLEK 102.5 FM. Happy New Year to each and every one of you listening out there. And, of course, with the new year means it's also KLEK's third birthday. That's right. We have officially been on the air for 3 years now. And like I said, I just can't thank God enough for it. And I can't thank each and every one of you enough for helping us to get to this point, because we could not get here without you. Kata Wonder is in the studio with you. I have Kubila. She is not in the studio. She is actually on FaceTime, and we're going to be talking about Kwanzaa, because this is the last day of Kwanzaa. And before we get into our discussion of day 7 of Kwanzaa, which is Imani, Faith, I just want to say thank you to everyone who came out to our Pass the Plate celebration. It definitely was a fun time. It was very educational. It was a good discussion about the principles of Kwanzaa. I want to thank everyone who helped to make that possible. Just too many people to name, so I won't go into names, and I want to leave everyone out. But you can check out pictures and videos from the Kwanzaa event on our Facebook page, and go from there. And again, this is the last day of Kwanzaa, day 7, and the principle is Imani. And the basis of the principle is believing in the best of yourself and the community, believing in the victory of the struggles that we face, having faith in no matter what the future and it's actually cut off. But I have some more right here, information. It says in Kwanzaa, and you could help me, how does you pronounce his name? Man named Malana Karinga?
Yes.
The creator of Kwanzaa describes faith, Imani, as a profound and enduring belief and commitment to all that is of value to us as a family, community, people, and culture. In further describing faith, the author discusses it in terms of the 3 main concepts: the foundation of faith, faith in our people, and faith in our struggle. Regarding the foundation of faith, the author speaks of faith as the basis for Kwanzaa as a celebration and practice, and for unity, umoja, and the other Kwanzaa principles. Faith is also the foundation for the purpose, effort, and activities that flow from the ethics of Kwanzaa. In speaking of the faith in our people, Karinga raises an important concept found in African spiritual traditions from Egypt on, when he states that we are in the image of the Creator and thus capable of ultimate righteousness and creativity through self-mastery and development in the context of positive support. When we believe that we are made in the image of the Creator, and when we base our actions on that belief, we establish and promote faith in ourselves and in each other as people of African descent. We establish and promote faith in our people. And in describing the need to have faith in our struggle, the author states that we must believe in the value and validity and the righteousness, victory and significance of our struggle for liberation and for a higher level of human life. For Kwanzaa to have real purpose, Naya, and significance, it must have value and validity to us as a people, and only we can give it that power via our faith, Imani, and efforts. So just a little bit of background information. So, Kwabila, when you hear the word faith, what comes to mind when you hear that?
That means, for me, believing in what I can't see, but still moving forward with what I believe I can achieve. And I have a lot of testimonies on that, but bottom line, when you don't see the road ahead, you keep going, or you don't see the top of the staircase, you keep walking, you keep going anyway, because you know there has to be something greater ahead than what's behind.
Well, like they say, faith is, like I said, is the evidence of things not yet seen. I'm kind of paraphrasing. I'm still working on my Bible verse memorization. But I also want to throw in that Martin Luther King said, and I remember this, and it's kind of ironic, since this is the 3-year birthday of KLEK, and I remember starting KLEK. But I remember I would always think about the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, and that was Martin Luther King. And I'm going to kind of just talk about the faith that I had to have in the journey of starting KLEK. I mean, this was totally uncharted territory, starting a radio station. I mean, it's a long process. It's not like starting another business where you just fill out some papers, and put up a building and you're open for business. You have to actually apply for permits and you have to do studies and things, and you have to do all this with the federal government, with the Federal Communications Commission, and even then you can do all this work and still they say no, you can't have it. So that was stepping out on faith is that. And even when we got to that point, it became a question of, well, how is the community going to receive this? Is it something that the community even wants? Is it something that the community is going to even support? How will others in this industry feel about it? Will they be receptive of it? Will they be hostile to it? All of these were unknowns that were swirling in my mind, and I think back to, and I'm gonna. This is a date that people don't know about, but it was June 7th, 2014. That was the day in which the KLEK Facebook page was actually created, and that was the day that I actually made the announcement publicly that KLEK was coming. And I remember, if you want to scroll all the way down back to that date, you'll see where I put about, MLK said, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. So that's what, faith means to me, being able to get out of your comfort zone, and to be bold enough to do something, that hasn't been done. And, it's something that not everyone has the courage to do. I know people who are very talented in a variety of fields and a variety of endeavors, but because they are either afraid of failure or afraid of success. And there's actually such a thing as a failure to succeed. Some people are afraid of, well, what if things go well? Because once you start something, then you have to maintain it. Just kind of like having a child. Once that child is born, now, even though I'm not a parent myself, once you birth a business, it has needs, and if you don't meet its needs, it will die. Just like a living organism would die if you don't meet its needs. But I don't talk enough. I'm gonna let you kind of come in and add some thoughts to that.
Okay. I like to look up quotes and things that can tie into the message. Now, this one may seem it goes along with it. This is from Harriet Tubman. Mm-hmm. It says, if you hear the dogs, keep going. If you see the torches in the woods, keep going. If there's something shouting after you, keep going. Don't ever stop. If you want a taste of freedom, keep going. And we know that Harriet Tubman was a pioneer in leading slaves to freedom. They had to really operate in faith. They had no clue what was ahead, but they knew they didn't want to stay where they were. And that's the way we have to be today. We have to decide within ourselves, something has to be better than where I am right now. Things may be good, but things can always be better. And we just have to have the faith in ourselves, in the community to support us, and the people we interact with on a daily basis, that, okay, if I take one step, I have faith in that these people are going to believe in me to take the next steps with me to help grow whatever this is. I mean, just like with Kelly Kay, we're trying to expand the services we offer when it comes to community conversations and being more engaged in the community. We're going to have faith that the community is going to come out and support us. And no matter what we try to do, we're going to have faith in other organizations to partner with us. To say, okay, I believe in what you're doing. Let me be a part of this movement. So faith ties into every single thing. We have to have faith when we get in our car that it's going to start. I mean, just to take it down to that level. Faith that when we wake up in the morning, our body's going to move. So anyway, I know that's kind of going sideways, but...
Well, not really, because, I mean, it's actually important that you bring it up because, I mean, you know, there are some people who may not have faith, especially when it comes to the religious realm, because, again, they may not can see, you know, the creator or the higher power. But, you know, if you think about it, you exercise faith every day. And, of course, you mentioned the car. I mean, when you get in the car and you go down the road, you know, you pretty much have faith that that road that you're driving on is not going to just crumble up under you and your car falls into a sinkhole. Now, the reason why people just take that for granted and just assume that it's not going to happen is because they've driven on that road so many times and the road didn't buckle and they fall into a sinkhole. But, you know, you never know. And it has happened before. People have been driving and roads just, bam, collapsed right up under them. But because people could see that the road in the past hadn't collapsed, they just automatically assume that it won't. But that's still an exercise in faith, and people aren't even, you know, just aware of it. And getting back to what you said about Harriet Tubman, I mean, that was an extraordinary exercise of faith because, you know, basically she risked her life, you know, to help our people.
Yes. I found another, I guess you say, quote or description of Imani, and this one says, faith focuses on honoring the best of our traditions and the best of ourselves, helps us strive for a higher level of life for humankind by affirming our self-worth and confidence in our ability to succeed and triumph in righteous struggle. Okay, I know that many of us get frustrated with our people. I'm just going to speak on the African American community. We see some people doing things that are unpleasing or, you know, goes against the norms of society. And we're so quick to want to toss them aside. Well, we have to believe that there's still something good within that person or their organization or group of people, that they're worth saving, they're worth working with. We have to see the good and believe in the good and not just be so quick to say, okay, this whole generation. Okay, let's look at our generation of kids that are, say, under 25. We want to so quickly throw them away, but we have to see there are some remnants of good within that group, and we have to believe in that, and we have to try to nurture those remnants of good, hoping that it will spread to the rest, and they can be a great generation that is coming behind us. So we can't toss away the bad. We can't
throw out the baby with the bathwater.
Yeah.
Well, and to add to that, another reason why we can't throw them away, because those are going to be the ones that are going to take care of us. So if we throw them away, and when we get old and feeble and we can't do for ourselves, then we're screwed. So we better lift them up so that they can take care of us when we get older.
Okay. And another thing concerning the African American community, some people have, in essence, given up. They feel that I'm struggling day to day, but I don't see any results of my struggle. But that's where faith comes in. We don't know the day or the hour, the time that those doors or windows of opportunity will be open, but we have to keep trudging along. That's the point of faith.
And faith also ties into purpose.
Yes. If you keep moving, keep going forward, your destiny will eventually be revealed. Well, your purpose for being here will eventually be revealed. But you got to keep going. You can't just sit and say, okay, I give up. I mean, nothing will be revealed to you at that point. You're just life is gonna happen around you. So either you're going to go with the flow of life, or you're just going to sit and let it happen. Because if you don't make any decisions will be made for you. I've learned that the hard way. So I'm going to get up and be a part of the decision-making process.
Well, and that's good, and it's important that you have a seat at the table, especially when it comes to things that can affect you and affect those that you care about and those that you hold dear. You know, you need to have a seat at the table and let your voice be known. And of course, in 2018, we're going to be saying that a lot when we talk about the election, but we won't go into all of that today. Now, earlier we talked about dreams, and you know, I kind of told you a little bit about my dream of KLEK, but let's kind of talk a little bit about your dreams. I mean, you've had some dreams of your own come true in this journey, and in fact, you've got a big one that's going to come true this year when you graduate. So let's talk about some of your dreams.
Okay, well, going back, when I first started college in 95, I knew I wanted to go to college. I knew I wanted a degree. I wanted a career. Unfortunately, life happened, and I let life happen to me. And I took a big L and got kicked out of school. Started again. Grades weren't where it needed to be. Got kicked out again. So here I am at 40, back in school. And if I had to let society say, you're too old, you can't do it, or because of my disability, I can't do it, I am very grateful for online class opportunities. I can get most of the degrees that I want, I can get them both online. So that's a blessing within itself. If I had have not even looked into that option, I would not be doing anything with myself. So by the grace of God, if I get all these classes in, I'll be graduating by August of 2018.
Well, we're gonna name and claim that.
Yes, I got to get the Spanish class out the way though. But also another dream that I had that was fulfilled was I love doing nails. I started doing nails, or like the Leap song, Glue On Nails, when I was like 14. I always had a love for all things beauty. Not that I'm a makeup artist, not by a long shot, but anyway.
But you don't do too bad of a job now, huh? No, now.
I love doing nails, and then I got to the point. Even when I came to college, I would try to do nails in the dorm. People complained about the smell because acrylic is really loud. You know, moving forward, I'm like, why am I paying somebody to do something that I love to do? I decided I'm going to go to cosmetology school. I went to cosmetology school in 2013, and I did well, and I got my license as it's technically a manicurist, but a nail tech is what everyone called it, but officially I'm a licensed manicurist, but I do nails, and I love it that I can do something for myself.
Pink Queen Q on Instagram, by the way, Pink Queen Q on Instagram. You check out some of those nail designs.
And I'm trying to step back into that role. I just got to get through these college courses. I don't want to add too much to my plate and then drop everything, so I will be getting back into doing nails, on a more regular basis as I get through college. So just be patient with me, everybody.
And that's not even the half of it. We do have a Facebook shout out to Tashina Troy Smith. Said that's a great word for going into 2018. Well, we definitely appreciate that. We want to start 2018 off on a good and positive note. Want to, just encourage and motivate each other so that we can all prosper and we can all go forward into 2018. And of course, just kind of piggybacking off what Quabila said, I want to say that I'm definitely proud of her and the effort that she's made and making her dream of getting her college degrees come true. And she mentioned that people were saying, well, you're too old. Well, not really, because when I was in school and I got my degree from Arkansas State, go Red Wolves, and when I was in the radio TV program, there was actually this elderly gentleman, and I believe he was in his 80s, and he actually was retired military, but always had an interest in broadcast. And like he was retired, and he wasn't actually looking to get a job in the field, but he wanted to learn about it. So he went to school and got a degree in radio, TV broadcasting, just because he had an interest in the field and just because he wanted to do it. And we enjoyed having class with him because he brought such a unique perspective to class. All of us, 20-something-year-olds, and here's this gentleman who has, been through so many things in life and had such a rich variety of experiences to share about. So, it was a treat, for us. We felt like we were the lucky ones to have him in our class. So, I say this, because I don't ever think that, you're too old, because, you seasoned is a better word. When you're seasoned, you can definitely bring, something unique to the table.
Most definitely. I must say that even though I knew from being in high school I wanted to go to college, it's about your mindset as well. You have to have a made-up mind, and you have to not allow what's happening around you to affect you to the point where you give up. And there were times that I admit I lost faith in myself and my abilities, and I did succumb to what was happening around me. But I'm thankful also for those experiences as well, because it has taught me patience and endurance.
And that might be something good to talk about on the other side of the break. What happens when you lose faith and when you have to get that faith back. So we're going to talk about that on the other side of the break. You're tuned to Community Conversations. Happy New Year. Happy 3rd birthday to KLEK. We're discussing Imani faith. Day 7 of Kwanzaa. Don't go anywhere. This is Community Conversations, and this is KLEK 102.5 FM.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
Dads, how much do you know about the person your child is dating? I'm Mark Merrill with today's Family Minute. Movies have a way of making puppy love seem sweet and innocent. But when our kids begin dating in real life, it becomes a whole different ballgame. So, how involved should dads be in their child's dating life? Well, here are some things to know about the person your child is dating. First, learn the basics. For safety reasons, you should know their cell number, the type of car they drive, their parents' names, and so on. Second, you'll want to know why. Ask your child's date, why are you interested in dating my son or my daughter? Then sit back and listen to their answer very carefully. Remember, your family first.
For more resources on today's topic, go to markmerrill.com.
Do you like the music you hear on KLEK 102.5 FM? Do you like the educational programming that we provide? Do you like the service we provide to the community? Do you like having a station to finally call your own that represents you? If so, please stop by or call any of our underwriters or sponsors that you hear on KLEK and tell them thank you for their support. The support of our underwriters and sponsors is vital for us to stay on the air. So be sure to let them know that you thank them for their support.
Family Minute is made possible by the Kappa Nu Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, a non-profit organization committed to service to all mankind. Kappa Nu Omega Alpha Kappa Alpha on Facebook and KNOMEGA1908.com.
The Epic Center, located at 1899 Hasbrook Road, County Road 333, is Jonesboro's newest venue for entertainment for the entire family. They offer an auditorium with theater-style seating for up to 1,100 guests, a large stage, professional lighting and sound, dressing rooms, concessions, and more. Available for weddings, concerts, pageants, birthday parties, showers, and more. Booking and other information is available at Epic Center Jonesboro on Facebook, epiccenterjonesboro.com, and at 870-530-5841.
This Christmas, Sonia Sanders with ERA Doty Real Estate hopes that you and yours will be touched by the real meaning of Christmas. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. As we remember the greatest gift of all time, we wish you and your loved ones a blessed Christmas and a blessed New Year in 2018.
On January 4th, from 5:30 p.m. until 7:30 p.m., the Y Crew Ministry of Fullness of Joy will host their Soup Kitchen for the Needy. If anyone is in need of a hot meal or a warm place for a couple of days, this will be available. No one will be turned away. This will be at the Kelly Fellowship Hall at the church located at 2120 Thorn Avenue and is open to the public. More information on donations or volunteering is also available at Fullness of Joy Ministries at 501-712-2066 or 870-930-9569.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
And we're back on Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We are having our discussion of Kwanzaa. This is day 7, discussing the topic of Imani faith. Kata Wonder is in the studio with you. I'm joined by Kwabila, who is on our FaceTime, and no, you can't see her. Sorry, you don't get that privilege today. And we have Chelsea Chapman from the city of Jonesboro join us in the studio. And Chelsea was one of the young ladies who helped organize all of this event. So let's kind of backtrack a little bit and kind of reflect. So Chelsea, just kind of give your thoughts on everything so far, all of the discussions that we had, as well as the Pass the Plate event that we had yesterday.
I think that everything went extremely well. We had a lot of people come out and give us some good support. I think everybody put in a lot of good work, and especially the people that came out and did the show with Q. They gave a lot of really good insight and gave us their, I feel, honest opinion and some really good nuggets to take with us into 2018. We had some live painting, some fire throwing. The food was was really good. So shout out to Angie for that rice. That rice was really good.
It was live.
Yeah, it was really good. Yes, it was. But I think overall it was a really good experience.
And don't forget about the dance that the performers did. We had that as well.
Absolutely.
So you got treated to a lot of entertainment. Of course, like you said, that Al Hassan, he did the fire juggling. Had him being a little bit on that nervous on that one. I know that was in the plan, but it was actually a good entertaining treat. And it was also very educational. Dr. Sharice Jones Branch was the host, and she explained each of the principles, and she actually had a dialogue, with the audience on what principle, was most important, and what can we do going into 2018 and beyond to address each of those principles. And it was very good. And if you want to check it out, just go on our Facebook page. You can see the video, and you can see pictures from the whole show. But Chelsea, going into today, faith, what does faith mean to you? I mean, Kwabili and I have kind of already given our answers, but what does it mean to you?
Well, faith to me, of course, is the evidence, the belief in the evidence of things that are not seen.
And you said it much more eloquently than I did earlier.
Growing up, faith was big for my family. Faith was always big for both of my grandmothers on my mother and my father's side. So to me, faith is just always believing, no matter how low that you are, that God will never leave you there. He'll always come down and scoop you up and never leave your presence, and just as well as you'll never leave his. So that's what faith is to me, just believing in the things that, just because they aren't in front of me, it still doesn't take away from the fact that I believe that I can have them, or that God wants them for me.
All right, and we're going to go ahead and bring it back to Kwabila, because we were talking about dreams, and I'm going to bring you back to talk about your dreams. But one dream that Kwabila left out was Kwabila had dreams of being an author and doing public speaking. So I'm going to get a little introduction, and Kwabila can give her thoughts. But Kwabila had a passion for writing, for poetry, and for performing, but she had some anxiety about doing so. And so KLK, we had an event where we were inviting local poets to come out and perform, and I encouraged her to be one of the artists. And there was some apprehension on how she would be received, but she stepped out on her faith and she performed, and it was well received, and the bug was bitten, as they say, and she stepped into that purpose, and she began writing, and she published a book, which is available on Amazon. And also, she just got more comfortable with performing and exploring that passion within her. But I'll let Q take it from here.
I can't believe that I totally
How could you not? How could you not remember that?
Okay, so yes, again, as a teenager, I used to write, but I played around. Me and one of my cousins, like, really just making up kind of joke-like poems. Anyway, I got more into it when I left home, got into college, about 18 or 19, I started writing more serious. What really jump-started, there were two things that jump-started me writing going forward. One, I had an experience with someone who I thought was my first love, so yeah, that turned out really well. So I actually wrote about it.
No, I'm not a vibe.
And another thing that happened, I watched this movie called Love Jones. It is my all-time ultimate favorite. Like, I can watch it every day, all day. Anyway, so between that bad experience with my first love, what I thought, and watching this movie, it really jump-started that fire within me to start writing. And I put together a few collections, and I wrote some things, but it wasn't like Angie said, it wasn't until going to these poetry events that, okay, I can do this. You know, people really received me well. When I tell you that first night, I was so nervous I didn't eat. I sat at the table literally shaking until it was my turn to get up there. But once I got through the first poem, which was rocky, I did okay. And then from then on, people were excited to know that I was going to be performing at the next event. So I'm like, okay, I can do this. Then I got more serious about putting my book together, which is called The Queen Collection. And it's on Amazon, and I can get you the price and all that later. But I am now putting together my second poetry book that's going to be released in February called Spiritually Lyrical, which gives a deeper insight to who I am as a person, not just as a writer. So I hope that you all really enjoyed that one as well. So I have to give credit to Kelly Kay. There's a lot of things that I wouldn't have done if I hadn't been in Kelly Kay. So I have to give credit to Mackenzie and Kelly Kay for helping me realize some of my potential. So thank you so much.
Well, I think you could tie that, and you're welcome. We certainly are thankful for you, but I think, that kind of comes into collective work and responsibility, lifting each other up, by me using this platform and seeing the potential in you, and as well as the other people who, believed in this vision of KLK. We collectively worked together to build this, and now here we are. We're 3 years old today, so we did this, well, first it was God, but after God blessing us, we came together and we put the work in, and here we are. And by you, again, going back to today's principle of faith, you stepping out on that faith, it has led to you walking in your purpose, and it's led to you becoming, well respected and recognized and admired in the community. You're a role model, and you won the 2017 Volunteer of the Year award. So all of that came just because you stepped onto that stage, overcame that fear, and did it. And that's what we actually were saying on the other side of the break. What do you do when you can't rely on your faith? How do you overcome that? And my answer to that is your desire to want to succeed has to override your fear of not succeeding. You just got to want it bad enough. And I guess for me, when I look at, well, what's the alternative of not having anything? I like having things. I'm not saying that I'm not saying I've got to be rich beyond my wildest imagination, but I want to have a decent, comfortable life. I want to be able to, enjoy a good meal, enjoy a good rest, enjoy people that I love, have, diesel in the van. I want to have a decent life, and got to put in the work to get that. So that's what kind of motivates me, push me forward. But Chelsea, let's go ahead and bring you back in. Let's talk about more about your faith and your dreams. You have any dreams of your own that you have accomplished or that you're working toward?
Yes, in 2018, I want to go ahead and start my holistics line. It's one of the things that I've been compiling all 2017, writing different recipes, trying out different things that work better for this kind of hair type, this kind of skin type. So I want to go ahead and get into my holistic side. Also, just like you, I will be releasing a book this year in 2018. I'm almost done. It's called Dancing with the King. And it's also a reflection of my life as well.
So it looks like KLK, we may need to put on another book signing event. We all these people putting books out, so we might have to hook that up.
Absolutely. But this year I just absolutely want to go after my dreams. It's on my spirit a lot to do strategic planning. Like, it's just 2018, I've already marked it as my year of strategic planning, and it is so, and so it is. So whatever I desire to have this year, I believe by my faith that I will have it. So that's my year and my dreams for 2018.
Well, I'm sure you've heard the verse about write down the vision.
Make it plain. Yes,
and,
sir.
Yeah, I remember Dr. Gaines told me that at the very beginning, before we even got on the air, and that's something that I have stuck to. And Chelsea, I have no doubt that you will definitely accomplish those dreams, and of course we here at KLEK will definitely are cheering you on.
Thank you.
Are there going to be any men holistic products in this stuff for men? Okay.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Well, we can't get into promoting, but we'll talk about that more off the air. Camille, you had something that you want to chime in with?
I'm just excited to hear Chelsea's, vision and dreams for going forward. I will be one of your customers. I have natural hair, well, minus the bleach, but I'm also looking for products that are less harsh on my hair and more nourishing. So I will be your guinea pig, whatever you need to test out products. But I will definitely support you financially. That's another thing that
I was about to bring that up about the cooperative economics.
I heard that mentioned. I watched some of the video from yesterday, and Miss Emma was talking about how we have to support each other, our local business, and that's another place where faith comes in. Faith that the people that we're supporting are providing us with quality products and quality customer service. Some businesses have a rocky start, but they need us to believe in them so they can keep growing. So we see a startup business, we need to support them in any way possible. Even if you buy one item a month, you're still supporting them in some shape, form, or fashion.
Absolutely.
And that's absolutely correct when you mention that, because they say that 90% of businesses fail in their first year and 95% fail in their first 3 years. So for us, again, making it to year 3 is an amazing accomplishment. But we definitely didn't have, a rocky start. It wasn't easy. There have been struggles, and there are ongoing struggles. But again, it just kind of goes back to faith. And I guess Dr. Branch had asked which one of these principles is most important, and at the time I didn't really have an answer. But now that I think about it, I think I would have to say that it's faith, because you got to have that before you can get into the other ones. So I don't know if Dr. Branch is watching that video, but if she is, then that's my answer to which one is the most important.
Okay. I think for me, one of the most important, not necessarily it's the most important, but it's one that I'm striving to work more on, is unity.
And that's definitely important.
Community. I'm all about community service, community togetherness. That's why I love studying sociology, because I'm learning how society and communities are formed, how they work, how they interact, and how the people within those communities and societies interact. I'm loving studying sociology, so I'm hoping to take my knowledge and apply it to the community that I live in. I love to help people connect to resources that they either didn't know were available or didn't even know how to get the process started to get those resources. So unity is on the top of my list going forward. I read something on Google. Kwanzaa should be practiced 365. Just because the official holiday ends today, we, especially in the African American community, need to practice those 7 principles on a daily basis. It's something that you can start teaching your children about so they can carry with them as they grow up. So unity is on the top of my list.
And Chelsea, you want to add anything to that? What do you think it's going to take to bring unity?
I think to bring unity, first you have to bring honesty to people.
Okay.
You have to give people that feeling of security to know that, you know, we are one. We should be one. We should work collectively, because I feel like a lot of times we combat with each other. But if you look at the word community, that's the last part. UNITY. It's unity. So we should come together. We should all collectively help each other, collectively help raise our children, because it's like we've heard so many times, it takes a village.
And you say unity is the last part, but the first part is which means common. So we have to discover and focus on what we have in common as opposed to what makes us different, you know, and that's how the unity comes together, because it's too much of a focus of what makes us different as opposed to, you know, what brings us together. Because, you know, at the end of the day, there are certain things that affect each and every one of us that cuts across our age, race, or any kind of demographic or background that you want to go into. There's some things that touch us all as human beings, and we can't get away from them. So, you know, especially some of the problems that we face. Well, and again, I won't get into a big rant about that, but definitely we need to come together and focus on the things that we have in common. Kabila, you want to add anything to that?
Well, I just pray that going forward, we as a community, just say Jonesboro, that's where we live, that we see the good in each other, we see the value in what we have, and we try to work to maintain it, and then make it better. I know there's so much good here, so much potential, and we can be so much better. Stop looking at these different sides of town as castaways, and start saying, okay, what can I do as an individual to do my small part to make it better? We, again, going back to what faith means, seeing the good and believing the good in the people that you live with, that you live around, that you interact with. We have to start seeing the good in everybody. No matter if they're showing us bad, they may need somebody just to talk to and reach out to them and say, how can I help you? What's going on with you today? Mm-hmm. If no one ever talks to that person, they're going to continue to have a bad attitude or have a nasty demeanor. It takes one person to break the shell. You know, we never know what someone's going through. They don't know how to reach out. We need to step outside of ourselves and reach out to that person or a group of people. So we have to start seeing the good that's already here. It just may be a little hidden at times, but it's here.
And again, it goes back to going back to how the gentleman that started Kwanzaa talked about our Creator, where our Creator obviously wanted us to be different, but He still made us all, or she, depending on what you believe in, made us all to be human beings. So, being human beings, we still, have a head, arms, legs, feet, even though the color of our skin may be different. Some of our features, some people may have a bigger this, a smaller that, a taller this, a shorter that, but we're still all people. And again, I just can't stress that enough. That's how we got to see each other. We have another Facebook shout out. Let me pull that up. Shout out to Marla Matam, and I hope that I'm pronouncing that right. Appreciate you for checking in on our Facebook live feed. So, Kabila, going into 2018, what do you see the future of this Kwanzaa thing that we've done here at KLEK? Let's kind of just, as we wrap up this segment and the show wrap up, just kind of reflect on the shows that we had and get some feedback and just talk about what we hope to see going forward.
I think we have really started a spark based on the feedback from the videos from the past week. I think that people are now interested and they want to do more and see more. And so I think we have started a spark, and I want to help fan the fire and keep it going and get more people involved. I mean, if Martin Luther King Jr. had stopped at the first moment of defeat, we wouldn't be where we are today with some of the things that we have seen transpire. So we have to have that same faith. Okay, going all the way back to Harriet Tubman. We have to have that same faith and drive. So going forward, I want to have that same faith and drive in our people, that we're going to continue this legacy so that we can leave something beautiful for the kids that are coming up behind us.
Well, and as we get ready to go to break, I just want to add to that, I hope to see that even more people participate, and more importantly, more people come together for the common and the greater good. We're going to go ahead and leave it there, but when we come back, we're going to wrap up day 7 of Kwanzaa, talking about Imani faith. Don't go anywhere. This is Community Conversations. This is KLEK on 2.5 FM.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
We're back with Money Matters. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. To protect emergency cash, as well as other valuables and important documents related to your money matters, you need to own a home safe. Once you purchase the right safe for your needs and budget, here's some things you need to keep in it. Important papers related to investments, retirement plans, your bank accounts, and the associated contact information. You may also want to keep some cash on hand for ready access in an emergency. Information on outstanding debts, due dates, and contact information. Copies of important legal documents, including powers of attorney, living wills, and healthcare proxies. Copy of wills and all wills in which you are designated the executor. It's important to have access to these, as safe deposit boxes are typically sealed upon notification of the box owner's death. Spare keys and titles to all vehicles. It helps to know where copies are in the case that you need them. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. for Money Matters, a product of American Urban Radio Networks.
Money Matters is made possible by the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, a nonprofit organization dedicated to uncompromising commitment to communities, service, leadership, empowerment. www.jonesboroalumnidst.org.
Money Matters is brought to you by Bancorp South, offering checking, savings, loans, credit cards, and wealth management. 5 locations in Jonesboro to serve you. www.bancorpsouth.com or 870-972-9800.
Hey, this is Allie J from the Afternoon Groove on KLEK. If you need a Valentine's date, the KLEK Date Auction has got you covered. It's going down Saturday, February 4th at the Epic Center, 1899 County Road 333,
CJ Pepper
Road.
and the staff of Life Strategies Counseling Incorporated for helping people through hard times in life, such as depression, family issues, stress, abuse, and more. They offer counseling and therapy for all ages, individuals, families, and groups. They are located at 1217 Stone Street. Phone number 1-866-972-1268 or online at lscihelp.com. Meineke of Jonesboro is now Starks Auto Service, a full-service auto repair and vehicle maintenance center, offering engine and transmission repair, brake service, tires, oil changes, and more, performed by ASE certified mechanics. The all-new Starks Auto Service, 2813 South Caraway Road in Jonesboro, 870-204-7112. Starks Auto Service, Jonesboro.com.
The Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated was established on January 1st, 1977, originally serving Blytheville, Arkansas, and now serving Jonesboro, Blytheville, Osceola, Marion, and West Memphis, Arkansas. Today, the chapter continues to make an impact by focusing on Alpha's national community outreach initiatives such as My Brother's Keeper, A Voteless People is a Hopeless People, Go to High School, Go to College, Project Alpha, Boy Scouts, and the March of Dimes. The Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is committed to Alpha Alpha's mission of developing leaders, promoting brotherhood and academic excellence, while providing service and advocacy to the community. More information about the Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is available at MOL Alphas on Facebook or via email at molalphas@gmail.com.
KLEK 102.5 FM is giving you more praise. That's right. Starting Wednesday, January 3rd, KLEK brings to you All Gospel Wednesdays, every Wednesday from 5 a.m. till 7 p.m. Enjoy all of your favorite gospel hits and get your praise on all day long with Cheryl Underwood Radio in the morning, Brother Cobbs during the day, and Hezekiah Walker to take you into your local church Bible study. Plus, the return of the KLEK Praise Break. Lift up your hands, rejoice, and praise Him all day, all Wednesday, every Wednesday, on KLEK 102.5 FM.
There is no time more fitting to say thank you and to wish you a happy holiday season and a new year of health, happiness, and prosperity from Dr. Sharice Jones Branch.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
And we're back on Community Conversations on KLEK with our guest, Quabila Jones-Harden, who is on our FaceTime, and Chelsea Chapman, who is joining us in the studio. We're talking Day 7 of Kwanzaa, which is Imani Faith, and we're kind of just doing a wrap-up of Kwanzaa. Before we went to break, we were talking about some of the things that we hope to see going forward, and we was actually talking about off break about having even more events, not just during that time, but throughout the year. And of course, we were kind of talking about a future poetry event, but won't say too much more about that. But once we get the details together, we'll let you know about future events that were going on. But again, all of this is kind of in the name of bringing the community together. And I know one of the things that I'd want to do is I would like to have more forums in which we discuss issues. The NAACP had a forum a few weeks back with Jonesboro Police Chief Rick Elliott, who will actually be here this Wednesday, so you definitely want to check that out. And it was a dialogue. He faced the community and answered their questions, their concerns about dealing with policing. Well, I would like to have more forums about other issues and topics that we as a community are concerned about, to keep that dialogue and to keep the conversation going.
That would be awesome. I would love to take community conversations outside of the studio and actually have more engagement from the community. I think they would, I hope they would really enjoy that. So we shall see how people respond. So
we have another Facebook shout out to Bisha Spearman. She's actually checking in from Fort Smith, Arkansas. Bisha, appreciate you for checking in on our Facebook live stream.
All right, so I would like to hear from Chelsea. She's working under a program and she's going to continue another round. What are some things she would like to see, either with the city, more collaborations or networking, or just going forward? What are some things she would love to see?
For 2018, I would like to see a lot more things done for our youth.
Okay.
And our young black professionals in Arkansas, in Jonesboro, and not even just our young black professionals, but young professionals from all different walks of life, all different cultures and races. But definitely, I want to build up these young people this year. Coaching basketball has given me...
You can hoop?
The opportunity. Mm-hmm.
See?
Yes, sir.
A woman
3 basketball teams.
Oh, I'm not doubting you. It's just, you didn't tell me. Like, so you got all these hidden talents that we don't know about.
Yeah, I love playing basketball. But coaching has given me the opportunity to be able to see where our youth are lacking. And our youth are very combative. And just like how Q said, unity is her number one. It's also my number one, to me, my most important principle. I just want to see these kids unify and for them to understand that they are the future collectively. It's not just one of you, but all of you, and that we should always empower each other and uplift each other. So I want to do a lot of uplifting things. Mallory Hill, we're going to be starting Mike Amped Arkansas, where we take these kids, which we call our game changers, and we help them and they help us and we help our community. So we're really, really excited and ready to see that hit the ground running in 2018.
Well, we look forward to that as well, and I do have to say, Chelsea is very committed to the youth. I know that her and Dante have put together a series of youth summits throughout the year. In fact, I did music for a couple of them, so she doesn't just talk the talk, she is walking the walk when it comes to youth.
Yes, Chelsea and Dante, I have to give like a round of applause. They have even pushed me, which I'm so grateful for. They have kind of struck a match under me to do more and step outside of myself and believe in myself that I can achieve things that I never thought possible before. So I'm grateful for them, for that young energy.
And we are grateful for you. We're grateful for everybody over at KLEK and really supporting us, and Miss Emma, because that's really the reason why we found out we were able to do and put on the things that we put on and gave a deeper look inside of ourselves, was because Miss Emma really gave us free range to be able to explore ourselves and put before the city what we would like to put before the city. And she's just backed us, and we just love her, and we love you all. And I want to give a couple of thanks before we close out the show. Quinn Hardison, Samuel Harrison, Al Hassan, of course, Leganzi Q, Helen, Mallory, Tiffany Calloway, and Javon Long. Did I get everybody? Amanda Donovan.
And if we didn't name you, we sorry, charge it to our hearts. We're not being spiteful or petty. We just, we don't remember. But we're going to get ready to get up off of here. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. And you mentioned Miss Agnew. Miss Agnew has been a big supporter of KLEK since the beginning.
Yes.
Back when it was just a concept. She believed in us, and she has definitely been an asset to the city of Jonesboro. So we just thank God for her, and we thank God for each and every one of you. Q, you have any final thoughts?
Yes, I just want to say, if someone reaches out to you, please don't shun them away. At least listen to what they have to say. There's a lot of organizations that are going to try to do more this year, so at least give them some type of chance. Have faith in their vision, even if it's not your vision.
Yeah,
that's another thing that goes along with faith. Believing in the person that's doing something, even if you don't see what the end result of what they're doing. Have faith that it's going to work out.
Absolutely, and I could not agree with that more. Well, we're getting ready to get up out of here. Of course, today is KLEK's 3rd birthday, so happy birthday to us. So, Quabila actually asked, and I also want to say a happy 2nd birthday to our sister station, KDIV 98.7 FM in Fayetteville. Again, they're making history on the other side of the state. First black radio station in Fayetteville, first black radio station in Jonesboro. So it's definitely, like I said, and just like us, they stepped out on faith as well to do things that they do. But Q actually had a request. She wanted to hear the very first song that we played when we launched KLEK. So it is coming up in about 15 seconds. It's Let's Groove. And so we're going to groove up out of here. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. May God bless each and every one of you. And we will see you later. This is KLEK 102.5 FM.
Thank you for listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.